Welcome to Sports Talk.
Hello, welcome. This is Nick from TONT Sports. Today we're going to go over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers salary review and all-season moves for 2022. 13-4 last year. Tom Brady, Chris Godwin, Leonard Fournette. Man, was that a hell of a dream team. Mike Evans, I mean, for the love of God. Rob Gronkowski, everybody. But there comes a time when the guy retires named Tom Brady. I never thought this day would come, and now here we are, Tampa Bay, looking at a totally different picture this year. Let's hope it can stay on track. We'll see what happens. 13-4, Bruce Arians has to now try to get this team back to where it was. It's going to be tough. I'm going to be honest with you guys, but this is a salary review video. It's going to be a mock offseason, a mock free agency, and a mock draft. So let's hop right into it. Here you go. The first slide, it shows you cap space. You got $6.8 million in cap space. You see the current roster. These are guys that are currently under contract. The guys in green, if you cut them, you will save money. The guys in red, if you cut them, you will lose money. Plain and simple. If you cut Jamal Dean, you save $2.5 million to your cap space up here. And if you cut Shaq Barrett for some strange reason, you will lose $9.5 million and you'd be in negative cap space. So that makes absolutely no sense at all for no reason. So look at this. Let me know who you would cut. Again, some guys, you usually want to look at guys that are taking a huge percent. A huge amount of the cap space. Donovan Smith, 7.8. Ollie Marpet, 5.6. Cameron Brate, 5.3. But again, we'll see what happens. So let's hop right into this now. And the next slide, notable losses, the guys that are currently not under contract. Here are your notable losses, the guys that are currently not under contract. And man, oh man, this slide would not be made possible. Maybe the entire series would not be made possible if it wasn't for one guy that gets us these numbers, the expected contracts, and the percent of snaps played. Thank you, Noah, the wet rag Thompson. Really, without you, I have no idea what we would do without you. So let's hop right into this. First guy, wide receiver Chris Godwin, expected contract, a 4-year, $70 million deal. Percent of snaps played, 70.4% of the snaps. Next guy, center Ryan Jensen, 3 years, $39 million contract, played 97.4% of the snaps. Carlton Davis, cornerback, 3 years, $36 million deal, played 45.6% of the snaps. Antonio Brown, wide receiver, 1 year, $4 million deal, 12.3% of the snaps played. Rob Gronkowski, tight end, 1 year, $7 million deal, 53.6% of the snaps played. Guard Alex Kappa, 4-year, $37 million deal, 100% of snaps played. Leonard Fournette, halfback, 2 year, $16 million deal, 52.7% of the snaps played. Strong safety, Jordan Whitehead, 3 years, $18 million deal, 70.6% of the snaps played. JPP, edge, 1 year, $7 million deal, 53.3% of the snaps played. OJ Howard, tight end, 1 year, $4.25 million, 30.9% of the snaps played. Now, look, when you're looking at this, it gets interesting. Typically, you want to bring back the guys that played a high percentage of snaps, especially if they played well under those snaps that they played. But unfortunately for you guys don't have a lot of money, so you got to make a lot of moves if you want to bring some of these guys back. I don't know if you guys are going to completely blow up this team, so we'll see what happens. Let me know what you think. In the next slide, we're going to show you your potential targets. Here you go, potential targets. You have $6.8 million. Ollie Marpet's retiring. That saves you $5.6 million, which puts you at $12.4 million in estimated cap space available. You guys are going to franchise tag Chris Godwin. That's what we had you guys doing. The news just came out the other day. We made this series a long time ago, a few days, like honestly, probably a few weeks ago now. It takes us a long time to record these videos. So we predicted this right. Franchise tag him $18.4 million. This puts you at negative $6 million. If you wanted to re-sign anybody, you had to do it before the franchise tag. You didn't do it. So now you get negative $6 million in cap space. With that being stated, team needs a quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver, a tight end, an interior offensive lineman, an offensive tackle, a cornerback, and a safety. Here's what we got you guys doing. We get your franchise tag and wide receiver, Chris Godwin. With that being stated, we got you in the first round drafting Kenyon Green. And we also got you in the second round drafting Ed Ingram. That fills in your interior offensive lineman needs. Fill it up for a potential, maybe a rookie quarterback next year or a veteran quarterback next year. We don't got you guys going and getting a quarterback right now. You just don't have the cap space. Last but not least, in the third round, we get you drafting tight end Greg Dulcich to come in and start. This guy might honestly be the best tight end in the draft. I haven't scouted him yet, but a lot of reports are saying that he is flying up the draft boards. Fourth round, we're not projecting it. So again, you see us filling in the needs that you have, and let's go on to the next slide and show you your 2022-2023 expected depth chart. Here you go, negative $11.6 million. You look at your team. Guard, let's start with this. Orange means who you re-signed. You re-signed Chris Godwin. Yellow's placeholders, Tyler Johnson and KJ Britt. If you didn't find someone to fill them in, you're probably going to try to do it. Last but not least, in blue, these are your draft picks. Kenyon Green, Ed Ingram, and Greg Dulcich. Overall, this roster is not bad on paper. You got Keyshawn Vaughn, a draft pick from a few years ago. Kyle Trask from last year's draft. Your center, Robert Hainsey, you might want to figure out what you want to do there. Maybe defensive tackle Anthony Nelson, you might want to see what you want to do there. Tyler Johnson, KJ Britt. But again, for a normal team, this is what you usually look like. Now, for what the Buccaneers have been the last few years, yeah, it looks like a complete downgrade. You guys went 12-4 last year. I feel like with this, 13-4 last year. With this roster, I see you guys maybe winning 9-10 games if this is what you guys, end up doing. Depends how Kyle Trask plays. I feel like he does have some weapons. Ray Goldkitch, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, and a pretty dang good offensive line if this is how it ends up. The defense is still pretty good. Dean, Murphy Bunting, Mike Edwards, Winfield, Levante David, Devin White, Vita Vea, Shaq Barrett. That's a really good defense. Overall, I see 8-9 wins. The division is iffy. You got the Saints who look like crap. You got the Falcons who look like crap. You got the Panthers who look like crap. And then your guys' roster honestly looks pretty dang good. It's going to probably be between you guys and the Saints, so we'll see what happens. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. We'll see you guys soon. Peace. We are Built Better.